Welcome back to another episode of God is My GPS, where we trust God to lead and guide us. Yes, align our very steps. In today's episode, it is about divine alignment, divine connection, and what happens when God places the right people in your life at the right time. Can I get a drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen? Can I get a hand clap, ladies and gentlemen, when we let God lead? Because we are talking about in this episode, divine alignment. When God sends the right people, when God puts you on the right path. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourself a hand clap if you decided to take your hand off the steering wheel and give Jesus the wheel. Yes. So let's get into it. Let's make learning in this season that God makes no mistakes. That there's something I've been sitting with, I think for the last couple of months, and I've been wanting to share. And each week and each day, more and more things God is revealing. And the one thing that he's revealing is that he makes no mistakes in where he places you. Let's talk about it. So in October of 25, I went to an African dance ensemble. And as I was leaving, I picked up a little drum for my nephew. Boom, ba-dum, boom, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. Okay, anyway, I picked up a little drum for my nephew. And this gentleman was like, "Oh my gosh, are you Senegalese?" I said, "No." He said, what did you do? Like, did you drum? Did you dance? I said, "I was just an audience member." And he said, "Well, what is it that you do?" I missed the performance. I'm just coming. And I'm like, well, the performance was amazing. There was dancing and there was singing. I do drum. I do not dance. And he said, "I am one of the founders for the Diaspora of Africa conference." And I said, "Oh, nice." So he was like, "Let's, switch contact information." So we gave each other our contact information on Instagram. Moments later, or I guess a few hours later, he texted me and was like, "Here's my conference. Here's the date, the details. You should come." And I say, "Word, okay, great. Because you give me an invitation. If I ain't got nothing to do, I'm coming." And so I was like, "Okay, I'll be there." And he sent me another message and says, "Send me a bio and a headshot." And I'm like, "You don't know nothing about me. What you mean send you a bio and a headshot?" So I did it anyway. Let me tell you, because I'm trusting God in this season. So I sent him the bio and the headshot. And fast forward, that was in the end of October. So November, December, January, February. So the end of February, I booked my flight. The day before, 2 days before I get on my flight, I go and get my ID because my ID's expired. I had a new designated born day and I needed to update my driver's license. I had just got a new passport in, and the day that I'm supposed to fly out, I can't find my passport. My new driver's license has not reached me just yet. And my friend, can I say her name? Talaba, was like, "You need to go to Houston. Okay, I don't know what's in Houston for you, but you got to get there." And so I was like, okay. And driver's license can't find. Maybe 5 hours before the flight, I finally find my passport. And I'm praying. I'm like, "Lord, where is the passport? Guide me in the house. Where is the passport so I can get on this plane?" 4 hours before the flight, I booked my Airbnb. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I almost did not make it. And I can tell you all the wonderful things that happened during that time while I was down there. And all I know, I was in the room with the elites, the key dignitaries and doctors and lawyers and mayors and directors and millionaires, billionaires, founders, CEO, anybody who's in key leadership positions arrived on the scene at the African Diaspora Conference. And ladies and gentlemen, if it's in a city, a country near you, you need to jump on it because it was amazing. The information about the diaspora, the people in the room, the high level professionalism that I encounter from each and every panelist and moderator and participant was 100% excellent. And so let's speed up the story a little bit. I get back and my phone is ringing. Ring, 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 ring. Hey, Tamara, nice to meet you, girl. When you moving to Houston? Next person. Ring, ring, ring. Hey, Tamara, when you moving to Houston? And I'm like, ugh. And I'm talking to this gentleman. He called and said, can I ask you some questions? And I don't know how much I can say, so I won't say much. But he says, can I ask you some questions? And he said, I want to make sure that I plug you in with my network so that your net worth can go up. He ain't saying those exact words, but I want to strategically make sure that you're in alignment with the right people based off of where you want to go. Another gentleman, while I was down there, said to me, Tamara, what is it that you do? And I was like, huh? And he was like, well, never mind. I don't really want to ask that question. What is it that you want to do? Because you're in the right room for us to help you make this happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I was not prepared. I've been praying to be in these rooms for years. I was not prepared. But best believe that God makes no mistakes where he places us. The rooms that he places us, the people that are in those rooms, the opportunities that he will give us. And I learned that in my single season, instead of like, you know what, I ain't got no boyfriend, Lord. Look, look. Where's my husband, God? Look, look, look. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be crying these tears because he or she is on the way. But while you're waiting and your single season should be prosperous. You should be tuning and honing in and learning to hear the voice of God. Don't try to fill the empty time with just things to do. Ladies and gentlemen, do you hear me? Even when it doesn't make sense, even when it feels unexpected, God is intentional in everything. And sometimes we miss the moment because we overthink, or we become depressed. We become lazy. We become complacent instead of releasing all the worries, releasing all the pain, forgiving those people that we need to forgive, and letting go of the things that we need to let go. Why? Because we need to get in preparation. This is preparation, y'all. I'm not saying God is a Santa Claus, but getting in preparation to receive what God has for you. I'm going to say it again. To receive what God has for you. Before I went to Houston, I was about to have dinner with my friends, and I talked to a couple of my friends, and I said, I'm about to go underground. They said, what do you mean? Because I usually be taking these little sabbaticals, like a month, 6 months, no phone, no contact, nobody call me, nobody text me, because I got to get my mind clear. And I said, I'm about to be like Zuckerberg. Yeah. They said, who's Zuckerberg? I said, you ain't got to know who he is, but you use his product every day. And I want to go underground. And when I come out, I want you to read about me. When I come out, I want you to know about me. Because in this season, I'm offering every gift, every talent that God has given to me back to him. I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but this ain't the season to squander. And so some of my friends was like, do what you need to. And I said, so the second thing that happened that I've been praying for is, Lord, send me community. Send me the right people in my life. Remove the wrong people and the right people. And people say, well, there's the wrong people. That sounds negative. But know that people come in your life for a season and a reason. And sometimes the season is up and we keep them for our reasons and not God's reasons. Let that sink in. You hear me? And so I think one of the first or second man that I met at the conference, he said he was a community builder. So, my ears was like, tell me more. Tell me more. And he said, I'll plug you in my network. And I said, word, I'm down. And he said, when I say I build communities, I be locked in. And I said, me too. Let's go. And he ain't tell no lie. When a connection feels different, ladies and gentlemen, it hits different. It's scary. It's frightening. It pushes you to the next level. Why? Because your old season, you already know how to do that. The new season, you kind of might know, or you might not know at all. So as you're moving into your new season, it is a faith journey. And it's uncomfortable. Have you ever met someone or just felt something's different? Like your soul recognizes them. There's a resonation. There is something that resonates within you, a familiar, a peace, but it's also a fear. It's a fear because of the unknown, but there's a peace because it's like, this feels unreal, like a stillness. Because it is real. And that fear says, is this too good to be true? Is this really a God opportunity? Out of Houston, I've been offered 2 job offers, one here in the States and one overseas. I did not know while I was going to Houston. I didn't know who I was going to meet. I didn't even know what they want me to do, but I showed up. I showed up because I just wanted to see if the Lord would meet me there. There's the song by Nathan Bassey, See What the Lord Has Done. And that is one of my songs for the new year. Do you know it? See what the Lord has done. Y'all know I can't sing, but I'm going to try. See what the Lord has done. What you've been waiting for has come to pass. See what the Lord has done. And then I was like nervous, like the day I had to be on a discussion panel. We'll get to that. Because God got a sense of humor and he will challenge us in uncomfortable places to see if we trust him. The day before I was supposed to go on a discussion panel, I asked the man, like, why did you change the category I was in? And he said, I didn't think you were coming. I'm like, I told you I was coming. And he said, well, you're here. You're smart. You'll figure it out. Those are the kind of friends, ladies and gentlemen, that you need. Most people would have been like, that's shady. Nah, yeah, like a challenge. So I didn't go to happy hour that evening. I went back to my Airbnb and I researched the subject. And I didn't think I would have anything to give. And once the moderator asked the question, I was excited. I raised my hand like a little kid, like, I got the answer. I got the answer. And that, not necessarily I had the answer, but I had something that I believed that was specific for the audience and for those who will play it back that needed to hear it. And was about responsibility, personal responsibility. My category went from health and wellness to early childhood development and AI. And I had a responsibility, regardless of the subject matter, regardless of the topic, that I would decrease so that God can increase in any situation. It wasn't about ego for me. It wasn't about being stroked. It wasn't about a pat on the back. It was who in the room needs to hear this. Ladies and gentlemen, what if it's not about fear and it's about God finally answering your prayer? For those who, like me, I want to be a podcaster. I want to be a speaker. I want to be on stages. I want to write books. I'm writing a play at this time. How many of you are uncomfortable and you're praying for something and then God gives it to you, but you're uncomfortable and you operate in fear and God has finally answered your prayer? Did you prepare for what you prayed for? Ooh, that's a bar. Did you prepare for what you're praying for? If you haven't prepared for what you're praying for, start doing it now. Start getting in position now. Fast, pray, kill your flesh, turn off the TV, put down the phone, and get clarity. Let yourself receive what God wants to give you. Some of us have spent so much time, including me, Tamara Marie, pouring into others, showing up for everyone else, giving until we are so empty, giving until we are burnt out, that when it's finally time for someone to pour into us, we don't know how to receive the blessing. When I got back from Houston, strangers who I just met, my phone was ringing off the hook. They were letting me know that I see you. They were letting me know is that you have value. They were letting me know that you're an answered prayer to us. Are you ready to receive what God has for you? Who's this yogi? Sponsor this video. I don't know if they will, but go ahead. I got that ginger, ladies and gentlemen. It's spicy, sorry. That's my infomercial, my little commercial for tonight. Are you in a position to receive the thing that you have been praying for? See what the Lord has done. Will you see what the Lord has done? Lately I've been praying for, it has come to pass. See what the Lord has done. Hear me clearly, ladies and gentlemen. Let them love on you. Let that man love on you. Let that woman love on you. Let them pour into you. Let God restore you through his people. There's something that you only can get done when you're in alignment with the right people. Let's talk about love and real friendship. I met these 2 sisters while I was down there. and they took me on a night on a town. Yes, Houston. Yes, Houston. Don't judge me, ladies and gentlemen. We was VIP with a little champagne. I got my drink in my two-step. And I was covering my ears the whole time because some of that music, yeah, a little raunchy out there. And their spirit and their energy. And when I got back, they text me, they checked on me. And I even showed my friends their picture and like, are they related to you? And I'm like, no, but they look like they're related. They had such a beautiful spirit. And I knew these are my people. The one called me at 11:30 p.m. I don't think we hung up until like 2 a.m. And she poured into me. She spoke life into me in ways that my friends haven't. There's something powerful about loving unconditionally. There's something powerful about wanting to see someone win, being genuinely happy for someone else. That's agape love. That's when you say, I love you. I want the best for you. I am rejoicing because God is blessing you. That kind of love is rare and it's real. And sometimes it shows up in people that God puts in your path and you're just meeting them and they're sincere. They're not trying to destiny swap with you. They're trying to encourage you, trying to empower you. Why? Because they've been where you are. The one young lady had a testimony that she had cancer and she got sick. And through that time, she birthed a skincare line. She started being strategic in what she was putting her hair on her skin. And now she's doing pop-up shops and has an online store and business. But she's solving a problem with this thing that helped her find a solution. And she called me to say, I see you. Tamara, I want the best for you. And I'm saying that, ladies and gentlemen, for you, for the writer, the singer, the dancer, the cook, the artist, the cleaner, the plumber, the electrician, the producer, the musician. I see you, the painter, the sewer, the glass blower, the ceramicist. I see you. If you're a boy or a girl, God sees you. Why? Because He created you. And He loves you. And the first friendship that we should have is a friendship with God. And that may look different to everybody, Do you? I don't know how you and Him conversate. God speaks to me in my dreams and through music. Okay? Because I love me some music. So I'm just encouraging you to go back to your first love. And maybe you don't know Him, but just say, Jesus, I want to know you. I want to get to know you. Show me who you are. Give me a hunger and desire to read your word. You deserve something this season. I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough. Y'all ever felt like that? Self-sabotaging, insecure. To the person listening, push through. Push through the noise because you are good enough. And if you don't have something, God will supply through supernatural means. Be resilient in doing what it is that God has placed in your heart. You will persevere. You deserve joy in the career, at your home, your business, the neighborhoods. You deserve peace. You deserve to be loved the right way, with the right friends, with the right family members. Stop going around people who tolerate you. You are not to be tolerated. You are to be celebrated every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm learning that this is not about luck. This is about divine alignment. This is about God aligning me with the right people. I got chosen to be part of the Pittsburgh Playwright cohort through the August Wilson House. And let me tell you, it has shifted my thinking. And I love being around these people. They're hungry, they're creative, they're fun, and they're exciting because you know that I love art. Everything about art. I want you to start asking God to remove the wrong people out of your life and to start bringing the right people in your life. That God would open up your spiritual eyes and spiritual ears that you may see and hear and heighten your discernment, give you a discerning of the gift and the ability to be able to discern spirits, who is of God and who is not of God daily. It could be your mama daily. If she hasn't repented, she can be used by some enemies. You know what I'm saying? Pray daily. Get in daily alignment with God and he will begin in your single season, in your quiet season, in the season that all your old friends seems to be falling off. Get in alignment with his will, even when you don't know what that looks like. Read the books, write the stories, write the vision, as he said, make it plain. Go back and do your goal review. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in Q2. So visit those things. A reason, a season, or a lifetime. Let's revisit that. Some people come into our lives for a reason, a season, and a lifetime. And wisdom is knowing the difference. But when something is divine, there is peace attached to it. There is growth attached to it. And there is God all over it. It's so big that you can't even phantom. You're like, this can't be God. But it is, because you can't do nothing with your little strength. You know what I'm saying? It is God. And I want you to stay focused on what God is doing. Don't get distracted. Stay focused on where God has you, because you are building. You are building a career, a business. You are building impact. You are building family. You are building purpose. And God is building you. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's work on praying in this season for the right alignment, being with the right people. In Isaiah 43, the Lord speaks to his children and he says something quite interesting. And they say, what you doing, God? So no, they didn't say that. And God says, I'm doing a new thing. And in Isaiah 43, verse 19, God says, I am doing a new thing. Don't you see it? Open your eyes. You know what I'm saying? He ain't say it like that. I'm paraphrasing. Open your eyes. Why? Because I am doing a new thing. There is something that I need you to see. There's something that I want you to perceive. And if you don't open up your eyes, and let me tell you, through your natural eyes, you are being distracted to the things that are important. Focus on your family. Focus on being a good servant, on serving the way God says serve. Psalms 23, he says, he will lead and restore. I know many of you are familiar with Psalms 23 when it says, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul and leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff comfort me. They prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies, and thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord. For how many of you know that your forever is right now? That it's time for you to get in alignment, divine alignment, where God would have you and what God would have you to do. Let God lead. Let God restore. And you say, I'm scared. You may be scared, but what happens 5, 10 years down the line and everybody's bypassing you? What are you going to do? God, why didn't you come bless me? Psalms 91, ladies and gentlemen. I know y'all know it. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Keyword, abide. He says, I will say of the Lord, let me look up the word abide. Let's look that up real quick for y'all, okay? To dwell or stay are often implying a lasting, steadfast presence. And the Hebrew translate, I'm not even going to say it, yashaba, primarily means to dwell, sit, remain, inhabited. To dwell, spend time with God. To sit your butt down. Remain a while. Don't give him no little 10-second little prayer like, yeah, Jesus, good night. God is good. God is great. Amen. Stay a while. BB and CC has a song called Stay With Me. Stay with me. Is it? I think, no, it's called Stay. BB. CC. And I want you to look it up. Want you to look it up. Anywho, were the lyrics. You can play it later. Da-da-da-da. I don't know how it goes. I don't know why I can't play it in my head. I'm asking you now, stay with me through the course of life, standing right by my side. Let me play it. What in the world? Why don't I know this song? Don't judge me. I'll have to cut that out. Y'all hear that? I don't know if y'all hear that. I know. I know this one. Even when I feel just like I'm dying, with no way, I carry on. When the rain begins to fall, when the rain begins to fall. I hope y'all get that. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I had too many cups of tea. I thought it was decaf. But anyway, back to the regular broadcasting. So, back to Psalms 91. God is asking for you to abide in Him, to spend quality time with Him, to quiet down. There's a lot of things happening in the natural as well as in the spirit. And so you have to trust Him. But how can one trust somebody who you feel like he hasn't proven himself to you? Does he have a track record in your life for being a healer, for being a strong tower, a fortress? He does. But when's the last time you thank God for being a friend, being a teacher? He said He will be a shield and a buckler. He's telling you in Psalms 91, don't be afraid by the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000. Let depression, let that be part of your 1,000. Purity, low self-esteem, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand. The spirit of poverty, the spirit of lack, the spirit of delay and destruction, it shall not come near thine. Only with thy eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is your refuge, even the Most High thy habitant, that there shall no evil befall thee. Don't pay attention to the news. Pray and get close to your friend, to your daddy, and he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. Thou shalt bear up in thy hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder, the lion and the dragon shall thou trample underfoot. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. He talking to y'all. He says, I will set him on high because he has known my name, Jesus. He shall call upon me and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him. I will honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him. No sickness, no disease, I shall show him my salvation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I was paraphrasing and freestyling the whole time, so go back and read Psalms 91. But if you're on this live, if you're going back and listening to this, you are in a divine alignment. This is your time. You are in alignment, ladies and gentlemen. This is divine. Your new network, your new opportunities is divine. Get dressed. Put on your best dress, your best dress shoes. The other day, I wore this outfit that I got the other day, and it was, I guess, my best and one of my best. And the young man loved it so much. He said, oh my gosh, I love your fit. Can I take your picture? Mind you, I'm just minding my business, walking down the street, trying to walk in the grace of God. Flow, let it flow. Literally, he posted this post and I get 32 views. 32 views. How in the heck does that happen? I don't even have, not 32 views, 1,000 views. Okay, see, I'm trying to count myself out. 32,000 views. I'm going to play it for y'all because I don't know, once again, another opportunity that in this season, I will be in alignment with the right people when I get dressed physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually the way God sees fit. Not depressed, not morbid, not like, woe is me. Let's play this for you guys. Turn it up. Excuse the music. When you get ready and stay ready, when the opportunity comes, you'll be ready. When you get ready and stay ready and the opportunity comes, you'll be ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to get ready, but you have to get in position. You have to welcome the quiet times. You have to welcome the season of contentment in God and not having a lot of people around, not having a lot of noise around. If I knew what I knew now, Lord, I would not have walked in a season of obedience. I'm like, woe is me, where my friends at? Lord, where they at? So I leave you with this. Be open, receive it, enjoy it, because God answers your prayer. It may not look like what you're expecting. It may not look like what you ever expected. It may seem foreign, but even though it's foreign, you should have peace. You'll know it's God when you have peace in your spirit. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, God is your GPS. And check out God. Give him some space so you can finally see what the Lord has done. See what the Lord is going to do. See how he's going to show up. Because he's already dressed. He's already ready to give you the blessing. But there's something that you must do. Enter the quiet space. First, God is your friend. You're going to build that relationship. Number 2, you're going to pray that God remove the wrong people out of your life. Number 3, you're going to pray that God would align you with the right people. Number 4, you're going to continue to enter into a quiet, secret place. Number 5, you're going to write the vision and make it plain so that you have something that's tangible to give to these people when they ask you, what is it that you want to do? What is your dream? Because we are the kings and the queens that have come to the continent of the United States of America to help you fulfill the promises that God has for you. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. Forget being shy, forget being embarrassed, forget being afraid. Those things are not of God. The only fear you need is the fear of the Lord, not the fear of man. Take your life back today. Knock, knock, I done knocked my own glasses off. Take your life back today. And remember, God is your GPS.